It's the 3 on PLAXtv.
Yeah. What's good, y'all? It's your boy PLAX, and I am back with another episode of the 3 on PLAXtv. And in this episode, I am talking about top 3 clutch shooters. Top 3 clutch shooters. Shout out to my boy Rick. We do the RMP podcast together every week. Every Wednesday, you can head on over to our YouTube channel or Spotify or Apple Music or any podcast streaming platform and check out episodes from us. We talk about a bunch of different topics, from pop culture to politics to comedy and entertainment. We talk about everything over there. But my boy Rick, he commented on something I posted about, what you guys wanted me to talk about in the next, coming weeks. And he suggested the top 3 clutch shooters, in my opinion. Now, I put a little caveat to this, right? The reason I'm saying shooter specifically, because, clutch is such a broader term than what people make it out to be. There's clutch players. There's clutch defenders, there's clutch shooters, there's clutch playmakers. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's different stuff to be in clutch. So I'm going to just talk about specifically clutch shooters. Now, clutch players, when I think of clutch players, I think of like Jordan and LeBron and Kobe. You see what I'm saying? But this is just clutch shooters, guys that is 3 seconds left and you need a shot. Who are you trying to get open? Yes, you will go to Bron or Kobe or Jordan too, right? But these are the other guys, right? These guys that you're like, I know he's if he's open, even contested, he's probably going to make this in the clutch. You see what I'm saying? When it's overtime, 3 seconds left, 10 seconds left, he's going to knock this down. He's going to make a play. You see what I'm saying? So that's why this is clutch shooters specifically, not clutch players. You see what I'm saying? But I might do a clutch players video later on down the road. But shout out to my boy Rick. He got some content coming out soon. Make sure you check him out. I'll be plugging that crazy on my socials. But let's get into the video. At number 3, I have Reggie Winning Time Miller. Now, I'm probably going to do a video about this later, but Reggie is one of my favorite players ever. Like, I love Reggie Miller. I didn't get the chance to really watch him play because by the time I really started watching basketball, he was already retired. But, like, watching Winning Time and watching some of his tape and, like, just, how he was, his clutch ability, his leadership. Yes, he never won a championship, but man, was he just bad. Like, he was a dog for real. And you wouldn't expect that from him because he's skinny, he light skinned, pretty. You don't expect that dog in players like that and guys that look like that. And he always came to play. He always was trying to win, especially against the Knicks. Like, he used to beat the shit out the Knicks. He even got Michael Jordan out of character, which is an accomplishment within itself. Did they lose that series? Yes. But he got MJ so mad that MJ tried to kill him in a game. So that, I think, like, that's just great trash talk. That's great mind game playing. Like, Reggie is an all-time great in that sense. And I may do a video on my top 10 favorite players ever. Reggie is definitely going to be on that list. But Reggie is also on this list at number 3. The reason he's number 3 is because he never won a championship. That's unfortunate, right? In 2004, I believe it was 2004, he had a chance, but that's when Malice in the Palace happened, and his chance was ruined after that because all the players got, like, suspended and all that stuff. I may do a video on that on Malice in the Palace, the potential that Pacers team had. But Reggie once scored 9 points in 8 seconds. It's 8 points in 9 seconds. I got it wrong. 8 points in 9 seconds. This is what happened. My apologies. He hit 2 free throws. That's what it was. He hit 2 free throws. I believe they got the ball back or something. He hit the 3. He gets the steal on the inbound, has the presence of mind, for all my people that watch Winning Time, had the presence of mind to get the steal, turn around, dribble back to behind the arc, and he hit another three. And that game was the deciding game in that Knicks series, and he got them the fuck up out of there. Like Reggie, just like when it's winning time, I keep saying that because it's prevalent to this. When it's winning time, even though he doesn't have a championship, I understand that. But when it's winning time, there's not a lot of guys that I'm picking over Reggie Miller. It's not a lot, and I'm telling you that. Like, I trust that in the right situation, if I need a bucket or two down the stretch from three specifically, it's not a lot of guys I'm picking over Reggie Miller. He's that amazing, man. Like New Yorkers still hate Reggie. Like, y'all thought like they hated Trae Young. That was nothing. New Yorkers still hate Reggie Miller. To this day, it's been what? Over 20 years? Well over 20 years? People still to this day, almost 30, still to this day, hate Reginald Miller. I don't think his name's not Reginald, but people still hate him to this day. He shoots, I seen a stat, he shoots like in the clutch, like, which is the last 4 minutes of games. He shoots like 38% from the field in the last 4 minutes of a game. And under pressure, that's amazing, because I'm going to go over some other people's stats in the clutch, and that's elite level basketball. And I really love Reggie. I just had to take the time out to really talk about that. I love Reggie Miller, man. Like, he's legitimately one of my favorite players of all time, and I wish he would have got a championship, because he definitely deserved it. He worked hard to get one, and he definitely deserved one, and he didn't get it. But I still got Reggie at number 3. The only reason he's at number 3 is because he didn't win a championship. But at number 2, I debated between who would be 2 and 1 here, but I gotta go with this. At number 2, I have Ray Allen. Now, Ray Allen in Boston and Ray Allen in Miami were different players from when he was with the Bucks and the Supersonics, right? I'm not gonna lie, I don't know much about his time with the Bucks and the Supersonics. I do know he was like an all-star level, close to superstar level player. He was dominant. He was averaging like 25 to 30 points per game, and he was in the dunk contest, 3-point contest. Like, he did a lot, right? But Boston and Miami Ray Allen really solidified himself as not only a shooter, but just a clutch, cold-hearted killer, for real. In Boston, numerous times Ray Allen got them out of shit, like being in bad spots, because, as the older that Boston team got, they were in situations where, just their heart wasn't going to get them out of it. And Ray Allen was the one getting them out of situations, just knocking down cold-hearted, contested jump shots in the corner, on the wing, from the top. Like, just every time you thought a team was getting over on them, like even when they won the championship, like every time you thought Kobe or somebody was getting ahead, he just took it away. Like, he took the light. Like, people talk about Kobe, and I love Kobe, and Kobe is like mama mentality, all that stuff, the black mama, all that stuff. But in that series that they lost, Ray Allen shitted on Kobe. Like, if you watch that back, like, it's times where Kobe is like, what the fuck do I do with this guy? Like, it was times in that series where Kobe, you can see on his face, he's like, shit, bro. Like, this nigga's cooking me. Like, I don't know what to do here. I don't know what to do here. You can see it on his face. It's not a lot of times you see Kobe Bryant looking like that. And Ray Allen was just dominant in those series. Yes, I know Pierce won Finals MVP that year, and he deserved it. He definitely deserved it. But the way Ray Allen was making Kobe work, it ended up taking away from Kobe's offense. Obviously, not much because he's Kobe fucking Bryant, but like you could tell he's putting so much attention on trying to stop Ray Allen. You could just tell he had to exert so much energy trying to not stop Ray Allen, but contain Ray Allen, that it just took away from him on the offensive end, and then that's how Boston was able to win because he didn't really have, like, he had Gasol and Bynum, but they weren't. Gasol was, but Bynum wasn't what he became later. You know what I'm saying? When they two-peated, he wasn't what he was later on, right? And Ray Allen, I know what I said about Reggie. Ray Allen shoots like 42, 43% in the clutch. Like in the last 4 minutes of a game, he's shooting like 42%. And then I talked about Boston in Miami. That shot where people say he saved LeBron's legacy. That, okay, you can say that if you want to, but regardless, like that shot was like LeBron misses, Bosh gets the board, kicks it out. Ray Allen steps back, puts his tippy toes behind the three, fades a little bit, like leans a little bit, and knocks down the three. And that shit, I watched that game. And that shit, and Mike Breen, bang! It was, bro. I'm still like, that shit still give me chills. Like that was so insane with Tony Parker right under him. I think Kawhi was there too, if I'm remembering correctly. But I know Tony Parker was like right under him, and he just went straight up and just knocked it down. And it was like nobody else was there, and it was just scary. It was scary. I was like, this motherfucker, he don't miss. What's that mean? This motherfucker don't miss. This motherfucker don't miss, man. It's insane. It really is insane. Ray Allen is, I feel like he's slightly underrated a lot of times, mainly maybe because like on all the teams that he's won championships on, he wasn't the main guy. He was like the second or third guy. So I get how he get lost in the shuffle sometimes, and then Steph passed him on like the 3-point leader thing, and sometimes I think Reggie, when it comes to like being clutch, I think Reggie is more looked at than Ray Allen is, but because Reggie just did such flamboyant shit, and Ray Allen is very quiet about his work. But like if you watch him, he's done his fair share of cold shit, and he do it like a goddamn assassin. Like it's quiet, like you're just dead, and you're like, what the fuck happened? Who did that? And it was Ray Allen, man. It was Ray Allen. But so at 3, I had Reggie Miller. At 2, I had Ray Allen. And the reason Ray is over Reggie is because Ray got 2 or 3 championships. You got to give him the edge in that at that point. And at number 1, this might shock some people, but at number 1, I have Big Shot Bob. Now, I was thinking about this. I was going to put Ray Allen at 1, but Big Shot Bob got 7 championships, and a lot of people try to, discredit those because he was a lot of times he wasn't even the third option on those teams, right? But without Big Shot Bob, besides maybe the Spurs, those teams don't win those championships. He keeps those teams in series and in games with his big shots down the stretch. He's not Big Shot Bob for no reason. Robert Horry is one of the most clutches. You could even say he got a horseshoe up his ass. You could say he the luckiest, whatever you want to say, but he's one of the most clutch guys down the stretch that you could have. And as far as role players go, if you're building an all-time team, I know a lot of people like to throw in just a bunch of superstars, but a lot of times that might not work. If you're making an all-time team, you kind of got to have Big Shot Bob on your team. is almost pivotal because down the stretch, have him in them last 4 minutes, he's gonna do something crazy. He's gonna knock down a momentum change, a shot. He's gonna knock down the last shot. He's gonna do all of that within the last 4 minutes. He did it for Houston when they won the 2 championships when Jordan was out. He did it for the Spurs. Not as much for the Spurs, but he still did it for the Spurs. He did it for the Lakers, that iconic last shot. And he did that. They show that one shot all the time, but he does it, that shot where Shaq tips the ball out, he catches it, knocks it down. But he did that multiple times during that run with the Lakers. That was like, he did that multiple times. Him and Derek Fisher, but Big Shot Bob majority of the time. When Kobe and Shaq is getting doubled, Big Shot Bob is open. And Big Shot Bob is going to knock it down. I'm in the last 10 seconds of a game and my superstars are being doubled. I'm comfortable if Big Shot Bob is on the court because the superstars, if their IQ is as good as it should be because they superstars, they're going to find him. And 9.5 times out of 10, that last shot Robert Horry is making. I'm like wholeheartedly confident in that. If he's open, which he will be if you have other superstars on the court, that's the benefit of being a clutch role player because like you're open, right? He's going to be open when Kobe's doubled and Shaq's doubled or Timmy's doubled or Tony Parker's doubled or Keem is doubled. He's going to be open, and there's not a doubt in my mind that he's going to knock that shot down at any point. That's just it. Big Shot Bob today, I feel like if he's open with the last 10 seconds, 5 seconds, 3 seconds, 0.3 seconds, whatever the fuck, he's knocking that shit down every single time. And it's proof. There's 7 championships worth of proof of him doing that because, like, we talk about Shaq and Kobe. Shaq and Kobe didn't just run through everybody all the time. They had some trouble, and every time they was in trouble, either Big Shot Bob or Derek Fisher got him up out of it. Keem was dominant in those 2 years or whatever, but Houston didn't just run through people. And every time they were in trouble, Big Shot Bob got him up out of it. Now, the Spurs is a little different because they had multiple guys that played that role. But even with the Spurs, Big Shot Bob would get them out of trouble. You could look up every team he's been on that he's won a championship with, and there's at least 3 instances where Big Shot Bob knocked down a shot that changed the series, and he just looks at the camera. Y'all love that Dame clutch shot that he made, and you know everybody's like holding him. He's just looking he's on the ground and he's looking at the camera. Big Shot Bob did that on a regular Sunday, like just on a regular basis in the playoffs. Like he did that shit all the time in the final, not even just the playoffs, the finals, the end of the road. All the pressure on him, and he got ice water in his veins. He really do. And that's why I have Big Shot Bob at number 1. So we have Reggie at 3, we have Ray Allen at 2, and we have Big Shot Bob at 1. This is more so my personal opinion, I'd say. If you guys have anybody, and I'm talking about shooters specifically, not like superstar players or anything like that. I'm talking about just shooters. I guess you could say Ray Allen and Reggie were stars in their own right, but you know, they're not like Michael Jordan or LeBron James or Kobe Bryant. You see what I'm saying? Like they're good. They're all stars possibly at times, but they're not, you know, the best of the best, but they are clutch all the same. Excuse me. And Big Shot Bob was a role player his whole career. But let me know what you think of my list in the comments down below. Huge shout out to my boy Rick. If you'd like to hear me and Rick, you know, chat about different topics and stuff like that, head on over to the RMP podcast. You won't be disappointed. We drop 3 videos a week on YouTube. We drop an episode every Wednesday on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, Google Podcasts, every podcast streaming platform you can find. Check us out over there. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, make sure you ding that notification bell so you know every time I drop a video. And most of all, YouTube. I love you guys. Peace out.
It's the 3 on PLAXtv.